Hey everyone. Um, Surprisingly quick hit on the arena queue today, so pretty excited about that one. Um, we are playing with some very familiar faces today. Mike Check's a very strong player. Slasher's a strong player. Arenic's not the strongest player, but a very reliable player. We've got a fairly low scoring track here. So there's round 4 digs, but this big building event isn't huge, and this temple event isn't huge. I think we have mermaids in, so no swarmlings, which are good with the round 6 temples. I think darklings and halflings are both good here. I'm going to put it in halflings um, because darklings are a color neighbor to mermaids and potentially just a little less interesting since we do play them quite a bit. Mike Check immediately tossed in dwarves, both ship tiles being in the game. So the upside to dwarves is that there's this and there's this. These are all good for dwarves. The pass tiles, on the other hand, are very bad for dwarves. 2 shipping tiles are in the game. Lots of coins. Like, those are not good things for dwarves, and not many workers here. So, like, it's very interesting in that it's kind of this dichotomy where you've got this extremely strong track scoring wise for dwarves and cult reward wise for dwarves. 2 earth cult rewards, late workers. You've got the stronghold event. You've got poor scoring here, so you have better chances of making points with your tunnels compared to other players. But over here, like, if mermaids abuse value, you can't really do anything to respond to that without hurting yourself. People are going to have better expansion because of. I think it's an interesting mix between the two. Oh, and Chaos Magicians make dwarves worse. Chaos Magicians are the 40 factor. That's kind of funny that I say that the bid comes down on them. I actually think that I'm wrong. Dwarves aren't that bad. Mike Check goes on halflings. I think that's a great bid as well. I like mermaids here because round 12 halflings is always fun for mermaids. It's a high coin game, which is good for mermaids, and the 2 in the game are both good for mermaids. 1 double spade as well, because there's 3 power tiles in the game. There's no way that that all 3 of those get taken. Yeah, the good thing about halflings is that they don't even need a spade in round 1, or they don't even need double spade in round 1 to secure 2 dwellings with no black in the game. They can start e6, f5, and then build through here early. I'm glad that I'm not on mermaids, actually, because one classically awkward thing about mermaids with no yellow in the game is where are your western neighbors coming from? You never know how fast Chaos Magicians ship to d3, and with like a slightly weaker player there, I'm not sure if they will with any like reasonable speed. It is possible that dwarves are just as good as mermaids here. Let's think about our plan. I think we're going to get either the temp ship or this pass tile or the priest, right? Okay, so it should go worker power or priest, probably priest, then worker power, which means that our round 1 pass tile isn't great. We could take earth 2 and take this, and then we get a spade off the cult. So I do like the idea of that, and then maybe we try to temple for earth 1 afterward. I like that idea. Yeah, so I still like halflings here. But I just like halflings. Just like halflings here. I just don't think they'll be too bad. I think they're probably 10 points better than Chaos Magicians. They might not be 10 points better than mermaids and dwarves. Dwarves, the plan I think is Earth, Earth 1. I think that would actions would like Earth 2 into Earth 1 this game. Chaos Magician starting here on D4. It's tricky, but can they make this work? When do they get their spades is one of the questions. I guess they get a priest, so they get the Earth spade. But where does it even go? They would need a bridge, right? So round 1, they go Earth 1, Earth 2, bridge here, send Earth. They're going to take a coins tile, or they're going to get a power tile in round 1. That's pretty good. I'm going to put one more. Maybe I'll consider just bidding dwarves. Like the round 1 big building just doesn't seem great for them. That's one of the annoying parts here. Or the round 2 big building, rather. The issue with the big building is that there's no big building past tile. Like it makes all the sense in the world from a track perspective. You take Earth 2, then you take Earth 1, you secure some scoring, but afterward you're a little worker short. What would our opening be as dwarves anyway? Like we're probably not getting any spades. I guess we're getting this. So then like after you build your sanctuary, you have a worker income of 4 heading into the dwellings round, but maybe you have opportunities to get spades then. Like I'm thinking that there's a chance that you get no spades in round 1 and no spades in round 2. Or rather, you don't have a worker production to do anything in round 2. You could like spend temple and dwelling with a tunnel, but throwing away 2 workers like that is a little dangerous too. Chaos Magicians should be able to, like, if I'm playing Chaos, then I am going to be able to hit D3, E3, A6, B4, stuff like that in round 3. Because I will probably prioritize these shipping, and so that might not be awful. It's possible that we're not supposed to go for speed and we're supposed to do this thing instead. Last point, halflings. I think at 26, I don't hate my chances with dwarves. I have to say I'm kind of interested in chaos. Chaos are going to be the fast mermaids tile. The 2, like all these cult rewards are good for round 6 isn't chaos either. So I'm going to put 1 point here. You don't get a town. Yeah, you can put the priest here, so you're going to have all the workers, and you just need to focus really on coins. You need Earth 2, Earth 1 in round 1. You just Earth 1, I think. Can you go with Fire 2, Earth 1? Or can you get round 2 as Chaos? That's my question, right? You're going to have a 3-action round. If not everyone else rushes Earth 1 and then you Sanctuary for Earth 1 in round 2, that's really good, right? I'm living this dream like you get out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dwellings this round. I guess that's not that strong. I'll probably just do dwarves if anyone else or Renix comes back. Okay. does make me feel good that all these bids are dropping the. Mike likes chaos. I don't think he actually likes chaos. I think he's testing me here, seeing if I'm going to switch over to dwarves, and I'm tempted to switch over to dwarves. If Slash doesn't immediately spade in round 1, then I can. It would be spade, temple, earth 2, pass, and then you get early temple in this town over here. Hopefully you get this town, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You try to get a town in the south instead. But yeah, we're gonna do one more on chaos because I do like the track for them quite a bit, and then I think it's dwarves town. Okay. So I think that we really do want Earth 1 this game. So I might be willing to go to Earth 1 here. Send the priest to fire. And then see if we can pass first or not. Not getting the 2 keys is the most awkward part about our game. We're taking the priest. Yeah, I think I do quite like Dwarves game here. Mermaids plays on D2 instead of E4, which is seeing this E5 hex to halflings. I don't think is great, but that might. Yeah, that makes things better for Dwarves indirectly because I think that is concerned about G2 as well, because they can make a sanctuary town through these hexes here. Halflings took the 6 coins, which is interesting. Mermaids take the shipping VP pass tile instead of the temp ship pass tile. I don't like that. Dwarves immediately got offered the double spade. This was like, yeah. I mean, I'm. Suffice it to say, I'm not very impressed with the play of fellow players right now. This is like, I think Dwarves are going to win by a million miles. Like them getting worker power and having this victory point edge, and the double spade in round 1. I mean, it's Mermaids who made the mistake. Halflings were right to not, like, Halflings shouldn't have expected to get anything. This is really not good. Take Earth 2, Earth 1, I believe. We're going to see if we can get this coins action, maybe. Because I do think it's bad news for us if we miss out on Earth 1 this game. We don't have that many aspirations of competing on network, so we need like a source of points. Halflings have a chance to buy like a power action. I think they probably want single spade here. I don't think anyone could have anticipated Mermaids giving Dwarves double take this way, though. Like, they could have at least taken this and not given Dwarves double spade that way. But yeah, it seems quite bad to me. What do I know? Our next move is, Mermaids took this, so I don't know what their plan is. Okay, they just took that, alright. So we should be able to send Priest to fire now. I mean, so we could go pre and take C2. That is something that we can do. Bridge. I just think that Priest of Fire is like, how close do we get to a town if we do that? I think that that hurts our chances at a town. So what would that involve? That would involve taking the coins now. Then we send Priest of Fire. Then we make a bridge. And then next round, all we do is make a sanctuary and maybe build this if we get a worker or something. That hurts our chances with round 3 dwelling building, I think. Yeah, I think that we send Priest of Fire. Oh, we grab coins first, I guess, and then we send Priest of Fire here. Slash grabs the 2 workers, which is kind of a bummer. I was kind of hoping to get that, but we actually still have the opportunity to bridge and go for the Earth Spade. But I think I'm sticking with Priest of Fire here. With halflings taking Earth 2 instead of Earth 1, I actually think that I preferred them taking this tile, because that gets them a free space. They don't need this extra coin yet. I might get Worker Power, which is probably the ideal tile for me here. Okay, halflings are opening temple, so they're getting Earth 1 as well. That's very clever. I like this for halflings a lot. Their issue is that they won't be able to build a structure, but they'd rather have, like, 2 temples is almost always better than a dwelling, or than a sanctuary anyway, so. We figure out guy, or if we want the guy. I think the answer is we would love to pass on to this later if we can. So let's see if we can pull that off. I think just having this worker is good because we might be wanting to, like, with this influx, we might be trying to save our power for coins and doing some hard digging over here. We might not be able to build anything with this round, but that's okay. I'm wondering if there's a case to take water instead of air 2 here. The thought is that I'm probably not building my other temple for a long time, and right now I'm juiced on power. My round could go like something Sanctuary with Fire 1, Fire 1, Water 1, and then Advanced Ship, and then just pass. I would pass on to this, and then I could open with a double spade c2, d3. To me, that sounds pretty good. Halflings are going to start sending priests everywhere. They're going to definitely open with priest to earth if they can. I'm off for the double spade. I could grab c3 right now, and I don't hate that. I wonder what this is for dwarves. It's water 1. Well, halflings aren't taking water 1 anyway. I have c3 available to me. Like, I kind of just want to grab it, right? This lowers my shipping needs next round. It's clearly better for making a town. Yeah, with everyone else having such good economies already, I kind of like just grabbing water 1. One copy of water 1 has disappeared. Oh, Remix is at 3 ship. Okay. So can go A4, E4, H2, I4 the shot. Okay, that's quite good for mermaids. I don't know how I somehow missed that, but yeah. I actually like this mermaids game a lot more than I realized. They have issues with towns, but they're going to smash that track, so that's good for them. Dwarves took the 3 spot on air, so that's a bit of a bummer. I don't think mermaids can afford water 1, so I think that I kind of like the economy from air 2 here. Water 1, I mean, I'm not building another TP until at least this round, maybe this round. I'm going to be short on coins the moment that I start advancing ship, but I might only need to advance ship once next round. Let's take air 2, because I'm considering this bridge. Experiencing some indecision at this moment. I want to see how this plays out if I go with. My leech has dried up quite a bit. Halflings aren't making the sanctuary like I was hoping that they would. So, like, they went double temple instead. It's definitely interesting that halflings, if they were planning on double templing, they still took Earth 1 first before, or Earth 2 before Earth 1. Maybe they would have just pivoted into Fire 1, but just a fun note. They're going to send priests. Oh, they take more workers. Oh, maybe they are making this sanctuary. That would be a delight. Mermaids pass on to this again. I love this game for mermaids. They're going to be able to build out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dwellings next round. They're getting a coins action. I will say that mermaids getting this coins action makes me a little happier that I'm not that I didn't take air 2, because air 2 is better if you can get coins actions, obviously. Okay, Mike Check builds this TP already, because next round is the dwellings round. Can build 1, 2, 3 TP, something like that. Probably will put the bump on air. I have a chance to claim this water priest. I can build a bridge. I don't think there's any chance I'm losing temp ship, so I could put this here, build a bridge, and then pass on a temp ship next round anyway. Advance ship and build like stuff like that. I don't have a ton of workers to hard dig with, admittedly. I could only hard dig and build 3 stuff. Well, we've made some questionable decisions. Let's see how this all comes out. Okay, so now we no longer have 2 shift next round, so I think that the right thing to do is to pass on to this. And this will let us double spade next round if we need to, or we can advance ship. So I do like that. Could also just pass on to the dwellings tile. Bridge, hard dig, build, advance ship in there. Who's getting double spade next round? Mike could grab these 2. This can't be that bad. I didn't take air 2, so I'm a little short on my worker production, or power production. So continuing to get a little flow of power I think is not bad, even if I don't wind up taking double spade here. So halflings took workers and did this. They didn't build a sanctuary. I'm not crazy about that workers grab from halflings. I guess that they're just saving up stuff for this round 4 digs event. Yeah, I have to assume that that's what that is. But they're not going to build a ton of dwellings next round, I believe. They shouldn't expect to get power spades. So yeah, it's kind of a classic dilemma that I'm being offered right now. Do I want to, like, basically the dilemma that I'm facing right now is, how important is it to get a 2-key town here? I'm 4 moves away from towning up. It would be TP, bridge, hard dig, dwelling. Dwarves are 1, 2, 3 moves away from towning up. Though I don't think that they want it. They can't be making next round, so there's not that much pressure on the 2-key town. But I do wonder how many dwellings we're building next round. It looks like we're out of leech now. We do need to get other stuff done now if we want to get any more power this game. Which means I think that going for the 2-key town is actually pretty good because it juices our economy. It gives us immediate power and it gives us power next round, heading into this round. So I think that I'm actually going for the 2-key town line. We'll build TP, dwelling. Here comes coins again, I would assume. Alright, so we're not forced to double spade yet. So let's advance our ship first. Well, we're so short on coins, that's a problem. This is 7 workers to do this, huh? That's actually a lot of workers. I would need to convert my priest to a worker in order to get that done. Okay, maybe the 2-key town has to wait. Oh, my timer ran out. Okay, so halflings are going to start advancing their digs early. And they're probably going to try to pass onto this and take a coins action. That's what I would do, I think. We're going to start playing a little faster. Halflings, we're going to see if halflings come after e4. Mermaid. So d3 might be safe. Halflings don't have shipping, so they can't come up to d3 now. So I think that we just local. This hex for sure. All this seems good. Mermaids are doing their thing. I really like Mermaids game. Again, they're going to struggle for towns on Water 1, so late in the game they might have issues, but for now they're doing really cool stuff. They have Earth 1. This round is just like unbelievably great for them. I think the right move here is to pass. The right move here, I think, is to pass for this Dwellings tile. Then next round, we open with coins action. We buy the bridge. Or actually, no, I think that the right thing to do here is secure the bridge first. We secure the bridge, then we pass and try to take a coins action. Okay, yeah, priest goes to earth. Okay, the coins action is gone. That's gone. So we're definitely buying the bridge. Mike, I think, should pass on to worker power here. Worker power gives him the double. Surely that he didn't think he was going to get. Though hilariously, he doesn't have any place to double spade at. But I think that this is enough. Like this guy here is enough economy for me. I don't need 6 coins this coming round. And the extra step will benefit me on the earth track for an extra coin if I want it anyway, so. That's the plan there. We might be able to get ourselves the single spade. I don't know that there's anywhere particularly useful to put it, but perhaps we have enough stuff to advance our ship and then single spade this, build this. It's a lot of stuff though, so I'm not counting on it too hard. I need to be contesting these more closely, but it looks like mermaids are going to get there before I can, which is, I guess that's fine. I don't know that I'm going to have stuff to advance ship. It looks like I'm a little constrained coins-wise. But we're going to open with a 2-key town and then go from there, I think. Yeah, it's a little awkward that Mike has no place to actually double spade. It might be G6 if he actually does do one, but that kills a tunnel. So I think I want to tunnel first and then double spade. Because if he tunnels to H8, then he can double spade G3, I11. And this could possibly be a town or something. That would be a lot more interesting. Oh, it just grabs E8. Okay. So he connects there. If I were halflings, I would start hitting these gray houses. Okay, the single spade goes, so I don't need to worry about that option anymore. Mermaids give me some leech that I wasn't expecting. That's nice. Mermaids might also build B5, which would also be awesome. Dwarves are going to win the earth track. They have tempo on the town. They should take an 8-pointer here and then put priest to earth to finish it off. That means that I should focus the rest of my attentions on the air track here, I believe. The power spades are gone. This hex is very much a must build. There's no reason not to build this hex. I'm hoping for a 2-for-1, so I'm going to down convert. There she blows. Love it. The race between halflings and mermaids for water 1 is going to be very interesting next round. Because it's a sanctuary round. Surely they should do that. The two of them should do that. So it's going to be cool to see how it does end up going down. Halflings continue to be very nice to dwarves. That makes me sad. I would love to see halflings annihilating dwarves here. Halflings also have no ship right now, so if I were to grab like G3, I7 or something, that could be annoying to them. And that could actually be very good for me because it would help my network out a lot. To just have that edge on people. Mike does close out Earth as we expected. I think dwarves are winning currently, but I could be wrong. Does it make sense to advance my ship here? I think it does. I think we can advance our ship and bump air once. Now we threaten G3, we threaten D3. Mermaid pass back onto this guy, that's fantastic. I love it. Oh, halflings put a priest on air. I don't like that. I do want to win air, so this lets halflings actually buy themselves the workers action. I think that's what they were going for. So that's what's coming next. Halflings want as long around as they can get, so that they can win. They should be able to get it because once they build this hex, yeah, they're getting lots of leech. This is really mutually beneficial between gray and brown here. We're going to try to lock up that last air priest. We mentioned this before, but dwarves are winning. That seems kind of obvious, but it should be good that I haven't forgotten that that's the case. They could go 3-town game if they really wanted to. We are going to do this. Halflings do send the last priest, so that means that I win air when I temple for air 2, air 3 in the final round, maybe air 1, air 3. Because I am going to cult bump air, for sure. Halflings are going to be able to last the longest on this tile, though. When they build F7, it's going to give them an influx of workers, or it's going to give them a town, which they can first stall, so. My last move is probably to down convert a bunch and then hard dig down D3. I do kind of hope that mermaids just open with for water 1 though. That would be a nice way to put halflings. So yeah, halflings are never winning air here. I hope. They do have 2 towns coming in. They have the sanctuary round hitting, so it is going to be, and they still have all these dig points to make up this round. So does look like I might have played myself into 3rd here, which would be worrying. Halflings take a priest town. I think that. And they already declined doing conversions. I would have taken a workers town, fired them. But it's not, like, it's 2 points anyway. Like, it's pretty good. Should we build a TP instead? That probably can't be right. This would require... Oops. So we're looking at doing this to get onto D3. If halflings are advancing ship, then I think that this makes... This will give mermaids a coins action, which is unfortunate, but... eh. Alright, we got it passed now. The 7 coins seems pretty clear here. Okay, halflings are going to prioritize their connection path now. That seems good. Yeah, we're not going to stop halflings from connecting. So now they're going to pass for 8. They're going to get 6 more points from digging here. I would probably just... Okay, yeah, they hit a dwarves hex. That seems good. Then they pass 84. Yeah. I should have just kept them, man. What was I thinking? Action again, they should grab that. Halflings are going to sanctuary for whatever, I guess. For water 1, rather. Yeah. Halflings water 1 might be game. I don't think I could have having that as well. Do this. Start going for a dig bomb game. That's freaking awesome. What is this? Yeah, okay. They're going to go strongholds, and then tunnel. I think that we need to hard dig away G. Then we advance ship, and we build A12. We'll dig G1, I5. Water 1. That's probably too much. They're going to be able to make this town too. Okay. Dwarves this hex, which obviously makes sense for them. It's fine. We'll advance our ship and build A12, then hard dig and build this, I think. I don't know if it really makes any sense for us to still be competing for network points. But I don't think it can be that bad. Yeah, halflings make the TP over here, which, yeah, because they're going to go fire too. To round out of town. No, Arenix, don't do this. This is bad. Sanctuary Air 1 has got to be better, right? I mean, I guess this gets them the passing points, so it's not that awful. This one's free, so we obviously take that. I assume that he's going to just downscape here to make a town. I would love it to be here. No, puts it out here. Okay, it's going to build the town out here. Okay. I have an outside shot at making this town over here, so I think that I should probably do that. Be a workers' town, I believe. Or actually, the cult town is quite good as well. But yeah, it is the workers' town. Yeah, let's do this. We need a little bit of leech from mermaids in order for us to get the double spade, which is what I'm seeking right now. Double spade gets us H1, gets us F1. And then it's just 2 more spades for E2. Flash is passed. Pretty sure that's what's going to happen here. Might try to greed out a TP, but passing gets a coins action and all these points. It has to be correct. Needs to down convert 2 priests to 2 workers. Hopefully, we're able to do that. Forgets. That's okay. I don't want it. Now maybe halflings are winning instead of dwarves. Have a ton of dig bombs left and dig advances, which admittedly is a ton of points. Sending priest to water is not welcome. Also not welcome is the fact that they're doing this instead of just this and making their town. Because I really want that leech. Well, this is definitely not what I wanted. I really wanted to be able to get down 2 dwellings, but the single spade goes as well. What is this? This is awful. I'm very disappointed by that move from mermaids. Like, this is... They could have just put their landscape here, right? Like, or they could have just built this free hex. Why did they dig this? They just did a power action. Whatever. This game's going badly, so I'm complaining. It's just what I do. I would have advanced digs there instead of making this TP. Mike might be thinking making another town, that advancing digs has to be better. Halflings left on their board, so I should be able to pass in front of them. Will probably block that tile for me, but it's worth just gambling for it anyway, in my opinion. Mermaids make it T. Seems okay. I'm getting a 4 for 3, but I think I'm just still in an economy at this point. It's pretty clear right now that Mike is going to block this tile from me. There's nothing for him. Working okay. Got this key hex. So that's how I end up getting this past time. He is going to I think that our temple should be for water 3. That should be our first temple. We can get air 1 later. There's no way that mermaids are taking air 1 here, so. Here comes the coins. Then it's air 3, water 3. Mermaids could take water 3, I suppose. They do have this. Nope, they build a hex. They didn't need that to connect. I believe they were already connected, so I don't know what it's really about. But we are going to take water 3, air 3. Oh, dwarves have the access to the double spade, so I guess they're going to get that. I'm not going to get this down. So that's a bit of a bummer. Okay. Let's start like that. Let's force dwarves to take that double spade if they want it now, because otherwise we can get double spade. I suspect that what happens is snatch it now, grab 10, or like I11, I12. But yeah, I'm going to force them to make the call now. They take a priest. Okay, so they're advancing digs. Okay, so this is good news. It means that we're probably getting this town. We build 2 dwellings like this, and then we send a priest off to the cult to get some power, and then we make a TP, and then we build another dwelling, and that's the game. It's not like the most amazing game, but at least it should break 100. We hope. Halflings towns aren't going to be that impressive if they want to connect, I think. If they want a 3-town and connect, they're going to have to take some like mediocre towns, but it might still be enough to beat me anyway. We do need to figure out which town we want. Fofo, hello. Hope you are well. We are getting wrecked in Terra Mystica at the moment. I am going to lose I1. It looks like I'm just not going to have the tempo on it before Mike crushes it. I want a coin town, I believe, so I can take more. Temple for Air 3 has to be pretty good. So I do think that I'm going for a sad coin, which means I'm going to lose I1, sadly. Let's see how many structures I can get out, though. We've got, like, this and a TP. I can hard dig down one more, assuming that I1 goes. So, yeah. I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things left on my board. Dwarves have that beat. Halflings have that beat if they connect. Which they should. Halflings should absolutely connect here. Mermaids, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to get down to 5 stuff as well. I don't know. It might not be worth it. We'll see. Yeah, getting down to 5 stuff is just not that important here. Is Mermaids winning? No, Mermaids is not winning. I think Halflings are winning, or Dwarves. Mermaids are arguably in 4th place. I'm not sure about that. That might be too bold to say, but... This 8-pointer. The 8-pointer comes with this, and the 8-pointer also let me get like the leech for Air 3 or something, or like Air 1. That would be pretty nice. Okay, there's Fire 2. This might be the 8-pointer, so it might not be a choice for me anymore. I would probably take a ship down here as Halflings, though, and then I in a ship town. God, my points are not good, huh? Some pretty terrible points. Yeah, I should, I think, or just kept bidding Halflings. I mean, I'd really done very cool stuff. They might be beating me. In fact, they likely are, right? They have network points on me, and they're just way too many points ahead right now. Yeah, Halflings do take the 8-pointer. Okay, fine. So I'm just going to send Priest to Fire. That actually simplifies things a little bit. And then we'll make a final temple for like Water 2, Air 1. Yeah, there's no way I'm ever getting this hex away from Dwarves. It's the same move. Except, okay, he's taking the Priest Town instead. But I think that that gave me some clarity. I'm not taking the... I'm going to take whichever town is higher value, I guess. What am I saying? What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. Let's figure out our coin situation after we drop this priest on fire. Mermaids have no water priests left or like anything that can help them get up the water cult, so I'm not too concerned. They can't even 5 power priests because they only have 4 power here, so they're not beating me on the water cult. Yeah, dwarves should grab I11 with their I1 with their next action, so I'm just going to not rush that at all. Arenix made a TP so that he can build his next temple, build his next dwelling, which makes sense. Dwarves are coming at halflings, but I think that, yeah, halflings have to figure out if they can still connect here. Because if dwarves grab I5, okay, halflings are going to really jeopardize their own connection. And that's actually good for me, because I wasn't going to build more structures than halflings, but if dwarves cut off halflings' connection, then I will beat them overall. I'm saying this because I'm not sure if halflings are going to be able to both make their town and advance ship to 3. But I suppose their next town is a ship town, so they are going to be able to advance ship to 3 either way. Then they'll only have 5 stuff. Okay, so let's see. So it's this. All right. Now we have 5 stuff left. We want to have 7 stuff, right? Yeah, 7 stuff lets us build this. Build final sure. Or temple rather. So this gives me 7 stuff. This only gives me 1.5 points, which is a little unfortunate. 1.5 coins, whereas this is 2 coins. So I take 1, like, I can't count on getting each, right? So if dwarves leave me I1, then I build I1. But they probably just grab this hex now. Which means that my final action is templing for heir 1 or 3. All 3 copies of heir 1 are left in a round 6 temples game. So that's a little bit of sadness. Yep, as expected, this happens. I guess, given that this was going to happen, maybe I should have just taken this town anyway, because this did give me the free leech I did. Here comes the ship town for halflings. So then they can either get I5. Oh, they can't get I5. They just need 3 ship. They can't get coin town. Okay, so there's actually no world where halflings both make another structure and connect. So hard digging down here is actually better than templing, I think, because it's such a swing on the cults, or it's a swing in network. Which, yeah, was. Halflings, can they advance TP and build a dwelling? I think the answer is no, right? Advanced ship is 5. TP is 5, so that's 10. This dwelling is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they need 15 stuff. They have 13 stuff. I don't think that they can't get that lead. Which means that I build a structure right now. What? How did we do this? Okay, so building a structure right now is 2 points plus 9 network points. That's 11 points. Templing would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 points in one. That's 3 plus 2 points on this cult is 7, or is 5. Plus 4 points for the temple is 9. So digging this dwelling would be better right now. Because I don't think I think halflings are going to end at 5 structures. I'm also going to end at 5 structures. Mermaids will end at 5 structures. Yeah, so that'll be a 9-point or a 6-point network. And it swings against both those players. Yeah, this is not how I want this to go down. Hey Lox, you're too late. Yeah, it looks like you just missed me getting a severe beating in this game. I just didn't have enough stuff to get this done, which was foreseeable from taking Water 1 too early. Maybe I could have seen that mermaids were never going to get Water 1, and that I could have done that. And I also didn't foresee everyone's network being like this poor. Yeah, I mean, these are my primary competitors. So Mermaid sending this priest annoys me, but I think I just have to let it happen. Because this swing is more points against Mermaids anyway. You missed a cult color matchup? Yeah, this is... I don't know how Mermaids got up to here exactly on water. Oh, they were on the cult step tile. Yeah, this is really unfortunate that they're actually going to get up here. It takes away points that I thought I had. So I'm going to end up with 24 cult points, it looks like. Plus 9 points on the pass, plus 6 on network. So that's 39 more points coming to me for 133. God, that's not very good. Mermaids are going to have 6 points in it. So I do beat Mermaids. I'm not going to beat Halflings. They're advancing ship again for 4 more points. Then they're digging for 3, so that's 7. Yeah, there's no way I'm beating Halflings. And there's definitely no way I'm beating Dwarves. So looks like a 3rd place for me. Yeah, so dwarves are going to, or halflings are going to pass at 127 plus, or 129 plus 8, 137. So they're already going to be ahead of me. 137 plus 6, 143. Yeah, so halflings have won this game by a lot. 143, 147, 151, 155. Yeah, it's crazy. Because dwarves will have 2 resource points, 115, 133 with network, 141, 143, 145. Yeah, they're like 10 points behind. Then I'm like behind that. Mermaids are going to end with 121, 127. Yeah, 127 for mermaids. Not very impressive. They could have fought this fire cult for more points. And, like, yeah, for much easier points than this. Like, this was not very good, but I suppose they had nothing else that was good either, so it's fine. Like, Air 1 could have been 2 points, which would have been worth this bump. Then the 2 bumps going onto fire instead. Mike was never going to fight fire. That would have been 4 points as well. Oh well. It's a disappointing outcome for me, but... at least we escape with not 4th, I guess. It's going to be a big blow to Elo. we'll see how this goes down. Like, there's a chance that I play again later today. I really don't really like these color matchups where, like, I feel like it was obvious that halflings were the best, right? People were paying the most points to be halflings. But then even with that, like, they still, like, it still goes down like this. I just don't like it when, like, a player can win like that by that wide of a margin after bidding themselves down, like, so much. And admittedly, I should have just done that. Like, I have done that in the past, and like, we took a huge blow to our elo. Some bigs and not a lot to gain from beating a Renix. So, and we played a slow game as well. Pointing one, not one that's going to go on like the treasured memory banks or anything. It does look like if I had maybe had just taken the double spade in like that round 3 round instead, or if I had like prioritized passing points more, because I think that this is going to be, this is real bad. I think that we were supposed to get on that chip VP more, or like either greed out points or play a little more economically. This was just not the way. Air 2, like in hindsight, Air 2 was more points, right? Air 2 is more points than Water 1 in hindsight. I didn't really build out TPs until like round 5, and then I would have had the economy for Air 1. I would have gotten first in network, tied for first. There's also a chance that maybe I was supposed to prioritize the extra dwelling instead of waiting on that. Because I could have built that dwelling, and then I would have had to do priest to worker. But it's like that clearly wasn't enough to make up this 14-point gap. The places were kind of determined by that point, other than like mermaids slightly blowing the game a little bit. I don't know, not too much else to say about this one. I guess we can look at the actions breakdown. It's never like the double spade action is strong, but taking it times is very often a sign that you're not winning the game. You'd rather have more coins actions, which admittedly mermaids had more coins actions and didn't do much with it, but they also did stuff here. So this is not very good, for sure. Yeah, 15 victory points just wasn't enough of a starting lead. Like, if you look at these 4 factions, you should expect halflings to be like the best, right? But they were bid down 15 points. They were bid down 12 points with respect to me. They outscored me at 37 this game, which is just hilarious. You know, like this is insane. And yeah, like that inherent scoring showing up. They got Earth 1 and they got Water 1 later. They outscored me here. It was a round 4 digs game. They didn't score too much outside of that, but obviously that was enough. They built their big building and then this. What went wrong for mermaids? I will say that mermaids just didn't, like, I don't think they caught any bad breaks. I think that this player is just not the strongest player. They had a game plan which heavily involved this passing tile. However, then they took Earth 1 instead of Fire 1. So, like, and also in round 1, so what went wrong for mermaids, like, beyond, like, they just didn't have the strongest game plan, I'll explain, was in round 1, they were in the first seat. They took the ship VP pass down instead of temp ship, which was kind of a red flag already. But then they didn't take, they didn't take double spade. They gave double spade to dwarves in round 1. They instead like prioritized coins and advancing ship like repeatedly, which didn't enable them to get their dwellings out. But again, like they just like they weren't doing like other good stuff. All they did was advance their ship and get this. So yeah, I think mermaids could easily have beaten me if they had just like gotten it together just a little more. But still, I'm grateful that like I didn't lose that much more elo, right? So can't really complain. Yeah, they wound up making slightly more victory points than me, but, you know, just very barely. Do they help halflings? No, they didn't really help halflings. I mean, I suppose they could have taken this hex. Like, if they start on e4, they could have double spaded c3, e5 in round 1. That would force dwarves and halflings to fight over g2. And I guess I did notice that was the case early on. But they start on d2, by the way, instead of e4. I think that that's a problem. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Like, I don't think that they really gave too much to halflings or dwarves. If they had just started on e5, that could have made things like, that could have made for a better game, though. So, okay, enough complaining. We'll get them next time. Hopefully, we're on a pretty bad streak, both arena-wise and in other Terra Mystica games. I guess we can take a quick look at our turn-based games that we have any going on. We do have 2 turn-based moves, so I guess I'll just quickly make those. Yeah, I will say that, like, it's not like dwarves and halflings caught huge breaks from mermaids or anything. Like, there's none of these hexes on dwarves mermaids should have gotten, first of all. And secondly, like, yeah, this guy, halflings, maybe e5 should have been a little more contested, but even if I were playing mermaids, I don't think I would have dug e5 in round 1, so who knows. It really is just like they didn't take the double spade. So like that really helped dwarves. And it was like a big trickle down effect because it helped dwarves and it helped halflings in round 1. There was just a lot less pressure for spade actions because they didn't take a spade action in round 1, which I think that you're always supposed to do as mermaids, basically. Especially from the first seat. Over in this game, I actually took Earth 1 as mermaids for a change. I think that there are some coins in the game. There are some coins in the game here, and I think that it's a fairly low scoring track with this, and this doesn't particularly reward like ship advances or building super wide. So in this game, I am just taking Earth 1 and seeing how that plays out. We are going to build out all our dwellings in round 1, though. I have gotten 0 leech, which is a break that I didn't expect and feel pretty sad about. The genie made their temple over here, which I also feel like is wrong, right? This is your natural sanctuary town here. But that is their prerogative. I guess I could have dug F2 instead. D4 is not getting built this round, whereas there's a chance that E3 gets built this action. But maybe genie are going double temple anyway. Do mermaids usually take econ favors instead of points favors first? That's a great question, Fofo. I'll say that it depends on the player, right? It depends on the player, it depends on the game plan. I think that a lot of high-level players, like some of the meta these days, especially on Board Game Arena, is for some higher players, it's higher rated players to just always go for economy before points. I think Rainier kind of like was like one of the first proponents of like just prioritize your economy, or like he's been a very vocal one. And I think that has affected the way that other players play as well. I think it's affected the way that I play a bit. And I do think that like just securing your economy is really good. Like the thing about mermaids is you're always going to be able to get out a whole crap ton of dwellings. Sometimes it's just to be a hipster. That's possible, Lox. But here's the thing. If you're mermaids, you're always going to be able to get out dwellings. So the question is, like, first off, the question is, like, what are you going to do after that? Like, there's 2 questions, right? Like, how are you going to build stuff? And how are you going to get points from it? Getting Earth 1 solves your how are you getting points thing, but it doesn't necessarily solve your how much stuff am I going to build stuff question. If you have, like, an economy favor, then very often it'll allow you to, like, get more points off the track. For example, like, right now it looks very unlikely that I'll be able to coins to build a sanctuary this round. Even if I have coins coming in, you know, I don't have leech. I'm not necessarily going to be able to build this sanctuary this round, and that might impact my ability to take water 1. I might not be able to build as many TPs in this round. I might only make 1 town instead of 2 towns this round. So And then finally, like, network is heavily impacted by economy. So if you have an economic favor, you're much more likely to be able to build out to maximum structures compared to someone who didn't. So those network points are very important swinging network points. So I think those are all reasons that people like taking economic favors. I think specifically with mermaids, people really like taking Fire 1 because mermaids are basically assured to have decent worker income by round 3 or 4. And at that point, it's like, well, how do I build more stuff? Mermaids often like to advance their shipping. So where are they getting those coins from? Those are all reasons why people might take Fire 1, for example. This game is a travesty. No one look at this. This is a randomly generated fan map, and I guess we're tying network. Or no, we're coming in second place on network to Alchemist. Not good. This is not a good game. We're 4th place here by like a mile. So let's try to pass this one off. Looking too hard. I thought that Chaos Magicians were really bad because, like, basically there's a stretch here of yellows and reds, but they were able to beat my ass pretty badly anyway with this. They only have like 6 fewer points on network because Orin didn't connect, and on top of that, I have 28 cult points and Air 1, so that's 32 points from Air 1 plus this plus 38 more points, 155 for Chaos Magicians. I mean, Felice is just a very strong player, but that's that. So that's it for Terra Mystica for now. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for chatting. We'll see you next time.